the judiciary in achieving justice and consolidation the principles of law and order. He stressed the need to regularly update the justice system in the manner that suits the requirements of time and the aspirations of citizens and in line with Oman Vision 2040. His Majesty the Sultan also stressed the need to continue achieving prompt justice by accelerating litigation procedures, diminishing adjudication time, and avoiding the accumulation of unresolved cases. His Majesty the Sultan underlined the importance of developing the digital infrastructure of the judicial sector to support the realization of prompt justice and enhancing transparency. In this context, His Majesty the Sultan commended the Supreme Judicial Council's Strategy 2024-2040. He laid emphasis on taking instant action to implement the strategy's operational plans. His Majesty the Sultan expressed his satisfaction with the qualitative shift, the tangible transformation in the functioning of the judiciary, which he observed broadly met by aspirations of citizens, residents, and investors by providing high-quality judicial services using modern technologies. His Majesty the Sultan echoed the efforts of members of the Supreme Judicial Council and all other personnel, including judges, members of the public prosecution, and notary publics. His Majesty the Sultan valued the Supreme Judicial Council's members' commitment to integrity in performing their duties. His Majesty gave his directive to intensify professional training and applications of programs for judges, public prosecution members, and employees of the Supreme Judicial Council to ensure that they keep pace with legal and technical developments. He also underlined the need to continuously provide the Council with specialized cadres. Within his royal keenness on the development and advancement of the investment sector and the consolidation of the investment environment in the Sultanate of Oman, His Majesty the Sultan gave his directive to finalize procedures for establishing the Court of Investment and Trade. The court will mandate to adjudicate investment and settle commercial disputes in a prompt and professional manner. His Majesty the Sultan pointed out that this step stems from the Sultanate of Oman's vision to promote the investment environment and attract capital by providing a specialized judiciary and support the growth of commercial activities and ensure that the protection of the rights of litigants. His Majesty the Sultan also gave his royal directive to complete procedures towards issuance of the Supreme Judicial Council's organizational structure so that the Council could continue to provide high-quality judicial services that consolidate confidence in the rule of law. At the conclusion of the meeting, His Majesty the Sultan reiterated his full support for the independence of the judiciary. He underlined the Council's role in enhancing stability and achieving sustainable development. He also stressed the importance of cooperation between the state institutions to realize an integrated national vision in the field of justice. The Muscat Global Knowledge Dialogue started today at the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. The opening ceremony was held under the auspices of His Highness Sayyida As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan. Here is more on this report.
Over 400 scientists, policymakers, and innovators hailing from 132 countries have come together for the Muscat Global Knowledge Dialogue to address pressing global challenges through research, innovation, and dialogue, underscoring the strategic role of the Sultanate of Oman in fostering international collaboration.
We are happy actually to attract this event to Sultanate of Oman. We have planned for it since 4 years and more. Actually, the Global Knowledge Dialogue Muscat is part of this event and also the meeting of the International Science Council. The meeting will discuss actually important issues at the global and regional issues such as the future of science, diplomacy of science, and also trust in science. these issues are really at a global level. And we hope that actually the participation of scientists from more than 132 countries in the Sultanate of Oman will benefit the world. And we hope to see actually lots of fruits coming out from this meeting.
Coinciding with the Third General Assembly of the International Science Council, the two-day dialogue features interdisciplinary sessions on emerging trends in artificial intelligence, open science, sustainable development, and the societal impact of scientific advancements.
It's a real privilege to be here. I think it's a very exciting event to be hosted in Oman. Some of the themes that are running through the event include how science is woven into the fabric of society. Another theme is around very much science systems themselves and how they might need to evolve in the face of emerging technologies. And then, of course, a theme that's running through a lot of the ISC's work is around sustainability challenges and how this idea of international collaboration, working across disciplinary boundaries, can really help to solve some of these major challenges that are facing us globally.
One of the major highlights of the forum was the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation and the International Science Council signing a letter of intent to establish a regional focal point to strengthen cooperation on science, technology and innovation within and beyond the region. The Muscat Global Knowledge Dialogue is not only fostering discussions on science and innovation, but also cementing the role of Oman as a leader in global knowledge exchange and collaboration. Reporting from Oman Convention and Exhibition Center, this is Saleh Bukhalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The Ministerial Committee on the Social Protection System held a meeting chaired by His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Defence Affairs and Chairman of the Social Protection Committee. The meeting discussed a number of topics on its agenda, in addition to taking appropriate decisions regarding them. The meeting also touched on the main indicators of the number of beneficiaries of social protection benefits and indicators of insured persons, in addition to discussing the annual plan for both the Social Protection Fund and the Military and Security Services Retirement Fund. In Oman, artificial intelligence is no longer just a concept. It is becoming a key player in driving innovation and shaping the country's future. The Oman Artificial Intelligence Summit 2025 explored the latest developments and global practices in this rapidly growing field, where it brought together partners from 40 countries seeking collaboration in technology and global practices, strengthening Oman's position as a regional hub for technology and innovation. As the world moved towards the astonishing and rapid adoption of artificial intelligence with its near-accurate simulation of the human mind, Oman continues to advance applications across industrial, production and service sectors. The summit was inaugurated under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Marwan bin Turki Al Saeed, Governor of the FAR, who emphasized the importance of AI in achieving sustainable development goals and advancing Oman's digital economy. Still to come in our news bulletin. The Wilaya of Al Jazeera is one of the most beautiful natural treasures in the Sultanate of Oman. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. And now for the international world, EU foreign ministers gathered in Brussels today to discuss lifting sanctions against Syria, many of which targeted the previous government of ousted President Bashar al-Assad, but have not been removed since it fell on December 8th. Assad was toppled last month in a lightning rebel insurgency from the north led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham group, also known as HTS, which is the most organized of the groups, has since established itself in Syria's de facto rulers. However, the country's dire economic conditions that protesters decried have not changed. The economy has battered by many corruptions and 13 years of civil war. Coupled with international sanctions and mismanagement, inflation skyrocketed, pulling some 90% of the country's poverty over half of the population. Heavy rainfall swept through parts of Southern California on Sunday, continuing overnight and raising concerns about potential for toxic ash runoff in wildfire-affected near Los Angeles. Flood watches were issued for burnt areas in the neighborhoods, with Meteorological Joe Sirard warning that even small amounts of rain could lead to rapid runoff. The Pacific Coast Highway in Los Angeles County was closed on Sunday afternoon due to mud flows into Ponga Canyon, and a flood advisory was issued for parts of Ventura County. Snow is also expected in the mountains. While the rain creates new challenges, it is helping firefighters who've been battling multiple wildfires over weeks of dry and windy conditions. As the snow fell in a wooded area of Ukraine, the long-range attack drones accelerated one by one down unlit abandoned road, and their whirling engines propelled them into the night sky. Moscow conducts long-range drone attacks on the nightly basis, while Kyiv has topped up its own drone strikes in recent weeks, with U.S. President Donald Trump pushing to halt the nearly 3-year full-scale war between Russia and Ukraine. The prospect of the possible peace talks pushes both warring sides to try to improve their battlefield positions so they are in a stronger position to negotiate. Russia's defense ministry said on Friday that an overnight Ukrainian attack involving more than 121 drones has targeted 13 of its regions, but they had to repel it back. Prospects for cooperation between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of India in the fields of technology, pharmaceuticals, industries, renewable energy and infrastructure discussed by His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, during his meeting with His Excellency Piyush Goyal, Minister of Commerce and Industry of the Republic of India. During the meeting, the success of the 5th round of negotiations of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement was highlighted, and the importance of accelerating the complete of the agreement to enhance trade and investment exchange between the two friendly countries was emphasized. Ways to attract more Indian investment to the Sultanate of Oman were also reviewed. The Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of India signed in Muscat the amended protocol of the agreement for the avoidance of double taxation and the prevention of fiscal evasion with respect to taxes on income between the governments of the two countries. This comes to enhance economic relations and bilateral cooperation in the tax field between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of India. The protocol was signed on behalf of the Sultanate of Oman by His Excellency Nasser bin Khamis Al Jashmi, Chairman of the Tax Authority, while it was signed on behalf of the Republic of India by His Excellency Amit Narang, Ambassador of the Republic of India to the Sultanate of Oman. To enhance the sustainable health system, the Ministry of Health opened Al Amrat Heights Health Complex, which comes within the efforts aimed at providing high-quality health services that meet the needs of citizens and residents alike. The new complex will also enhance the position of Muscat Governorate as a leading center in providing health care and enhancing prevention and awareness in this regard. Al Amrat Heights Health Complex project provides a range of integrated services, including general medicine clinics, the expanded immunization program, in addition to a range of specialized and secondary clinics according to the latest international devices and specifications. The implementation of internal roads projects continues in a number of residential plans in Brahmi Governorate. The project aims to connect residential plans to main roads and facilitate movements between different regions. The completion percentage of the internal roads project in the governorate reached 81% as work continues on paving 36 kilometers to be finished by March 2025 with a total cost worth around 2 million Omani Riyals. It is worth noting that the bodies concerned are exerting great efforts to monitor the project so as to implement it with excellent standards as well as to develop the roads network in the governorate of Brahmi. The Wilaya of Al Jazeera is one of the most beautiful natural treasures in the Sultanate of Oman. More details in the following report.
The Wilaya of Al Jazeera is one of the most beautiful natural treasures in the Sultanate of Oman, which consists of breathtaking tourist sites. Al Jazeera is considered to be an ideal destination for tourists seeking both relaxation and natural charm. It combines both golden deserts and turquoise water of Arab Sea as a result of its strategic location that makes it very distinguished. One of the most famous sites at Al Jazeera is the Pink Lakes, which witness thousands of tourists coming to enjoy the breathtaking natural pink color of the lakes. Alongside the coastal line of Khorhawi, which is a perfect family destination where they can enjoy charming landscapes and the soothing sound of waves. There are plenty of development projects that are currently under construction, aiming to attract more tourists from inside and outside the Sultanate. It is worth mentioning that the Al-Wusta Winter event will kick off next February at the Wilayat of Al Jazeera and will be a hub for Oman's timeless heritage and mesmerizing nature.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan chairs the meeting of the Supreme Judicial Council at Al Baraka Palace. His Majesty the Sultan stresses on the fundamental role of the judiciary in achieving justice and consolidation, the principles of the rule of law, and the importance of developing the digital infrastructure of the judicial sector, and His Majesty directs to complete the procedures for establishing the Investment and Trade Court. His Highness Sayyid Asad bin Tariq Al Saeed presides over the opening ceremony of the Global Knowledge Dialogue Forum at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. And His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed chairs the Social Protection Committee meeting. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night and stay safe.